As I said, for so many veterans, especially combat veterans, they've been married 3 times and divorced, 3 times. And now that they're older, a lot of them are living alone, and because they can't even stand themselves sometimes. But I was fortunate. I had a wife who stuck to me like glue. No matter what I did, she stuck with me. In the beginning, she went with me. Wherever I went, she was right there with me. She followed me to the ends of the earth, and kept me out of trouble a lot of times because that's where I was headed. But she had a son already, and I had a son from a previous marriage, and then we had a son together. And she did everything she could to keep the family together. And as I was off running around doing all these crazy things, drinking and everything. But once I realized that I had problems, and that only when you realize that you have a problem do you have a chance of changing that and making a difference. Well, I did, and after that, I loved my kids, man. My kids when I worked at Children's Home, I took my kids with me. I took them backpacking. My kids, we roller skated, we skied, we rock climbed, we canoed, we did all kinds of wonderful things, and rightly so. People refer to us Vietnam veterans as a bunch of crazy people, man, and we were, you could see. I remember people, I could see that they were afraid of me. I could see it in their eyes. And at that time, I wasn't a good person. And so I was doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. But I read that fear, man, and I knew that they were afraid of me. And that was part of that coming back from Vietnam and being who you were. Well, because my father never spent a lot of time with me or did a lot of things with me, I made a promise that I would do it with my children. So we had the most wonderful time when they were growing up. There are scars from me being a Vietnam veteran and me taking them out on these night ops that they called, We'd be walking into some of these areas, no moon, it's dark outside, pitch black, and we're walking in. And I'm not using a flashlight or lights because I'm a Vietnam veteran and you don't want to give your position away. And so I'm walking slow and easy, and my kids and wife are walking behind me into these areas, and we're supposed to meet this group of people who are already gotten in there the day before and are camping, waiting for us. And we come in at nighttime without lights, and they're all like, wow. I mean, we just appeared like out of the dark. There we are. And I never realized it. They were amazed that we had come in the way we did. But for me, it was just normal. That's the way you travel. My kids to this day tell stories about those kinds of things. It was hard on them because I was a Marine. People who don't know, people who've lived with Marines know exactly what I'm talking about. Marines are different, So that's who they grew up with. I'm a hard-ass Marine, man. Sometimes it took me a long time to realize that some Marine stuff is not appropriate with children. There was a movie called Major Payne. That movie was so funny because that's how a Marine is, man. You're just like, ready, eat. People are supposed to eat. Get up. And everything is like, boom, regimented, move, move, move. My wife Linda grew up like that. Now that's who she is, man. She's like a Marine. When we go shopping, when we go do things, she knows we can't be dilly-dallying around here, man. We gotta move. Let's get this stuff done. And my boys are like that. They know who Pops is, and like I said, there was damage done because of my behavior. But it was never done intentionally out of meanness or to hurt anyone. It was done because this is the way you do it. You come on, people, let's move, stop your crying. There's no time for crying. There's no time for all of this stuff. Let's go, people.